I just realized you can see my study abroad magnets. Paris, Lisbon, Toledo, Valencia. This is just a general Spain one because I studied abroad in Madrid. Segovia, Nigeria from when I went to visit family. I feel like my channel is just like me doing whatever and then occasionally getting sad about study abroad. That's my brand. Before we start, the lighting is subpar and it doesn't really get better throughout the video, but hopefully my winning personality and killer smile will make you ignore that. Hello, my name is Chia and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time seeing my face, then please hit the subscribe button and also press the notification bell. That way you never miss another upload. Okay, so here's the thing. Growing up, I used to drink hot chocolate all the time. And as a part of my childhood, it was a pretty consistent thing in the mornings. A typical breakfast growing up, what I really loved, was toast with hot chocolate. You would take the toast and you would dip it into the hot chocolate until it got really soft, and then you were just eating soggy bread, like a really sad version of bread pudding. My mother was like, you can't do that. Don't dip your bread in your hot chocolate. So then it became a game where whenever she turned her back, I would just like really quickly just try and dip it. But sometimes I would up and I would dip it for too long, and then I would take the bread out and it would just be gone. The bread would just get so soggy that it would just fall off and then be like disintegrating in my hot chocolate. And then my mom would turn around and notice that my bread was half the size that it was previously. And then she would be like, well, where did your bread go? And I would be like, well, it's in my mouth. And then she'd be like, well, what's that in your mug? And I would be like, no, Mom, don't worry. You're just not understanding. It's in my mouth. But as I got older, my mom liked to healthify things, and there reached a point, for instance, with the Swiss Miss packets, where she would just make a large thing of milk and water, and then she would like heat that up and then add like 2 or 3 Swiss Miss packets for like 5 or 6 people. So essentially it was just like brown liquid. That very long intro is all leading up to this video in which I tell you how to make a killer cup of hot cocoa. I think it's a life skill that everybody needs, and I'm about to pass it on to you. Hello. Oh. So we've got a little bit of an angle change. That way you can see me and what I'm doing at the same time. We love it. This is gonna make 1 serving of hot chocolate, but you can double it, triple it, you can make as much as you like. So let's walk through the ingredients that you need. You're gonna need some chocolate. This is the brand that I'm using. It's better to use dark chocolate than milk chocolate. You're gonna need cocoa powder, some cornstarch, any kind will do. I get spam messages like you wouldn't believe, and I just got a text saying, hey, I'm a single girl, but the I in girl is ostracized. And then it says milfsearch.site / a bunch of letters. So I love that for me. Maybe I'll check it out after the video. I forgot to mention that it was a group chat with a bunch of numbers I didn't know, so that makes the whole thing just that much more fun. I'm gonna use cinnamon because that's my favorite, but you can also use nutmeg, and you're gonna need something to sweeten it. I just have 2 stevia packets. You're also gonna need some half and half. This part is kind of like up to you because I'm gonna use water and then top it off with some half and half, but you can use whole milk or almond milk. If you wanted to use only heavy cream, I mean, hey, go crazy with it. I'm just using half and half with water because the holiday season's just passed and I'm trying to be like a little good, you know? So let's get started. I figured that we could do this together. So I'm gonna pause. You can get your ingredients. Okay, I'm glad that you got everything. Let's start. You want 2 tablespoons of chocolate chips. Oh gosh, here's 1. Okay, that clip gave me I need to restart my potatoes energy. You can't tell me you don't see it. So this is like 2 tablespoons. Now I'm gonna go throw it in the microwave for 30 seconds.
Are you sure about that?
30-second increments, and then take it out. And okay, I'm just like clinking this in the background. So now I'm gonna go pop this in the microwave, heat it up in 30-second increments, and you wanna take it out in between each increment and stir it. And at first, you'll just be stirring up like essentially solid chunks of chocolate, but then eventually it will be nice and smooth. Mine only takes 2 increments, but obviously it's different from the chocolate chips to the microwave to, I don't know, a bunch of other stuff. I'm gonna go heat this up. it's ready. Okay, I'm back. And the hot chocolate is now nice and smooth. So I'm gonna put this aside and get a tall little glass. If you have a mini little electric whisk thing, like the ones they use for matcha, that would be ideal. I don't have one though. So I use a normal whisk and a narrow glass, and I kind of just like do this until everything is fully mixed. It's big brain energy. This is a kettle of like, it's like decently warm water, and pour a bit in here. Oh gosh. You don't need a ton, just enough to kind of dissolve everything you're gonna add to it. I forgot the salt. You also need salt. This is what you're gonna add. A tablespoon of cocoa powder, sweetener of your choice. Like I said, I'm just using stevia, but you can use literally whatever you want. A little bit of salt. Whatever seasonings of your choice. Like I said, I'm doing cinnamon, but you can do vanilla extract, peppermint extract, nutmeg. The world is your oyster. I think that's enough. And now I'm gonna take this whisk and we're just gonna voila. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Should this be my thumbnail? I'm literally sweating right now. This is hard work. Oh my gosh. I wore this hoodie because it's like really dreary outside, and I was like, wow, this would be really on brand. I just got it for Christmas, so I've been living in it essentially. And now I'm just really hot. I'm also wearing cheetah print leggings. Can you even see? So it's quite the fit I've got going on, but I'm sweating buckets right now. So you're gonna take this mixture and you're gonna slowly pour it in while you stir so it can kind of incorporate as it's being poured. You can take a break and just continue to stir it and then continue pouring. What I like to do is to kind of clean this out a bit with the water in the kettle and kind of just swirl it. I like to use warm water to mix everything together. Oh my gosh, there's just so much stuff, and this looks like toilet water. I like to use warm water because that helps kind of keep the chocolate melted instead of like pouring cold water on top and trying to incorporate that. That way the chocolate can melt a little bit more and then the water can heat up a little bit more so they can be more homogeneous. I'm back again. This is nice and homogeneous and it's like pretty thick, which is perfect because we're gonna thin it out with some liquid. So I'm gonna pour the rest of this in now and stir it. Does this sound annoying? I think I did this next part off camera because I can't find the clip. But what you need to do is take a little bit of cornstarch, like literally an eighth teaspoon. This stuff is so strong, and you're making one tiny little mug of hot chocolate. So take like an eighth teaspoon, a pinch of cornstarch, and add it to some cold water, and then dissolve it in that before adding it to the mug. And the reason you add it separately to cold or room temperature water and instead of the warm water with everything else is because cornstarch thickens immediately upon contact with heat. And I learned this the hard way when I was making a slurry and I put it on the heat and then I decided I wanted it to be thicker. So I added cornstarch directly to the pan and then I had cornstarch clumps in my pan. And I got to the point where I literally just reached in with my fingers and took out the clumps and tried smushing them between my fingers. But at that point, I already had cornstarch clumps. So then I just had smaller clumps of cornstarch. And I mean, the dish was ruined anyway. So just heed my warning. Do it separately. Eventually, it'll be all nice and runny. Last step is to add your liquid of choice. I'm gonna go ahead and add more water. And then I'm gonna add the rest as half and half. I filled it up to about here with water. We bought this to make mac and cheese for Christmas, and we still have half of it left. So now I'm just gonna be drinking hot chocolate until the day I die, or until this goes bad on February 24th, 2021. Oh my gosh, wait. Okay, this is like related, so don't worry. When I was in elementary school, I accidentally made hot chocolate with sour milk. I didn't realize it was sour until the moment that I drank it. So I want you to understand something. I didn't smell it because apparently I had no sense of smell. I made this hot chocolate, like I put the milk in a mug and then I put the cocoa powder in and then I heated it up. Or wait, I think you heat it up and then you add the cocoa powder. But regardless, I drank chocolate flavored hot sour milk. I usually would use almond milk or something, but we've got this. So, like that much. And then at this point, you go ahead and throw it in the microwave one more time. It's already pretty warm, so depending on if you like your stuff steaming or just warm, it's up to you. Also, I love how I'm like, this is a recipe that you need to follow to make the best hot chocolate, and then I'm like, it's all up to you. Do whatever you want. Don't even follow the recipe. And I'm actually not even gonna drink it now. It's 1:30, and I'm just not like really in a hot chocolate mood. It's just that the sun sets at an ungodly hour now, so I had to film it while the house is quiet. My dad's gonna walk, my mom is sleeping, my brother and sister are in the basement, my other brother's upstairs. So this is the one time I have this floor to myself and there's no background. Well, I mean, there was background noise. But then I told my brother to go downstairs and he came up and I was like, you need to go back downstairs. I'm not done. I'm gonna taste it now, even though I know what it tastes like, and me tasting it won't make you know what it tastes. Oh my gosh, I don't even know why I bother at this point. Okay, I know what it tastes like, but I guess for you, I'll taste it. Oh my goodness. It's like, I don't know how to, it's like rich, like super chocolatey. Like I've never tasted anything like this before. Wow. This is actually really good though. It's so good. It would be even better if you added marshmallows, which I won't do because like I said, I'm not drinking it, so there's like no point. I think I'm gonna throw this in the fridge and then drink it tonight. But anyway, that's the end of this video. It honestly, I was hoping it would be like a cute little 5-minute video. I think it's gonna be longer than that because I talk a lot. I like to talk, but I'll try my best. I will see you guys next week, and I mean it this time. One of my resolutions for the year is to be better and more consistent in doing this, but I think I've said that like 3 years in a row. So sorry about that. Anyway, I'm gonna go put this in the fridge because just holding it is making me even hotter than I am already. So, bye.